Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are going today to talk some more, read some more in Bushido and discuss it a bit. So, today we are starting in Book 7. I think we might just read all of Book 7 because it's only a few pages in length. Kichizamon Yamamoto, the author's brother, learned under the guidance of his father how to hack dogs. He did this at the age of 5. And at the age of 15, he learned how to hack criminals. It was a requisite for samurais of old to cut off heads before they reached 14 or 15 years of age. Lord Katsuhige, when very young, learned to cut under the direction of his father, Lord Naoshige. In due course, he could slaughter 10 people on end. It is unwise not to have the children of the common samurais kill at all. In olden days, even the upper lord engaged in this activity. Most of the samurais today say it is useless, or it is not meritorious to cut bound men, or it is foul and dirty. These are all excuses. In short, it would appear that their real intention is to polish their nails and to keep respectability. But the truth is that they fall apart, or they fall short of the practice of the military profession. If we inquire into their disposition, we see that they make excuses not to kill by hiding behind a cloak of words. The reason they do this is that they expect they will feel uneasy at the deed, because it is a thing for samurais to do. Now Shige coached his son. I, myself, some years ago, cut at the execution grounds at Kase, and I felt comfortable and enlivened. Thinking of it as uncomfortable is just a symptom of inner cowardice. So in this section here, Yamamoto's essentially just saying, as unpleasant as some may find it, it is just necessary as part of their position. Because as a samurai, your duty is to your lord, even if that means killing for your lord. The next section is the loyal samurai cook. Then Lord Katsuhige entertained his guest with some dishes of crane. Kichizaemon Fukuchi acted in the following manner. A guest said, "Your honorable host, I hear that you can taste the difference between white cranes and black cranes, etc. Is this true?" The Lord replied, "It is true." The guest went on, "Then how have you tasted the present dish?" Katsuhige answered, "It was a white-naped crane." The guest replied, "I don't understand how you can tell the difference. Please send for the cook. I want to ask him." Lord Kichizaemon Fukuchi, "Come," the Lord said. Kichizaemon, who had overheard the discussion, quickly went into the kitchen and drank, in succession, several big bowls of sake, rice wine. He was repeatedly requested to come before the Lord. After some time, he went into the presence of the Lord and the guest. Then the guest repeated his question. Kichizaimon's tongue tripped as he lisped in a foolish manner. "A white-black crane, nay, pure white crane, or pure black crane." The Lord scolded him. "You are drunk. Get out of my sight." Thus the Lord's face was saved. So in that section, the samurai felt it was not in him to lie, but he knew that not lying would besmirch the Lord's name. So he drank enough bowls of sake to notice the effect of it on him. And so, even though he was telling the truth, his appearance and his look showed that of being drunk. And so it saved the Lord's face. The next section is, to win is to overcome yourself. Hyogo Narutomi once said, "To win is to overcome your own side. To win, your own side must overcome itself. To win oneself is to overcome the body with the mind. Unless you train your spirit and your body every day to such an extent that there is none comparable to you among the tens of thousands of samurai on your side, it will be impossible for you to defeat your enemies." So it's essentially saying, if you think you're at your peak, try to get better. But, you cannot defeat your enemies unless you are at your very best. The next section is the essence of service. Oribe Ukuno, chief retainer to Lord Mitsushige, taught me a lesson. I, Tsunetomo, in my youth would take a nightcap at the castle before going to bed. One night, as I was drinking, Oribe said to me, because Shogun Nakano, a relative to Tsunetomo, asked me to instruct you in the knowledge of service, and because we are intimate, I shall tell you. I don't know anything about it, but it is not difficult to understand that samurais can work willingly when they are employed in an efficient place of business. But they sometimes tend to sulk when they are reduced to a more mental office. This is no good. Quite ungrateful. The essence of service is that good positioned samurais should more willingly draw the water from the well and cook the rice. They should perform these humble tasks in high spirits, and they should not begrudge those who ask them. This is what I found out. Please keep this in mind, as you seem too aggressive and active for someone of your tender age. Now, from what I understand reading that section, be willing to perform even the most menial of tasks, the seeming lowest task on the rung, just as you would the high ones, because it is your duty to serve just as well as anyone else, whether what you're doing seems really useless or important, because they both serve a purpose. And now this will bring us to our final section of Book 7. A story concerning Lord Tsuneshige. When Goro Zaimon Yamamoto, nephew to the author, was assigned to the Yedo office, he challenged the Bonze, monk Kion, who was a Zen prelate at Mount Kurotaki. Here is the story. When Lord Tsuneshige was still dependent upon his father, i.e., not yet a lord, he became a disciple of Kion and learned the teachings of Buddha. It was rumored on the premises, i.e., the branch office of Nabashima clan in Yedo, that the Lord was to be given a certificate indicating that he had attained to a certain point of wisdom. This is known as Inka in Zen Buddhism. At the time, Goro Zaimon had been appointed attendant to the Lord and functioned also as a superintendent officer. Hearing of the rumor, he visited Kion at his Yedo residence. Disapproving of the certificate, he intended to prevent Kion from giving it. He was ready to cut the monk down if Kion would not comply with his wishes. When he asked for an interview, Kion came out in a very dignified and stately manner, for he thought Yamamoto came to pay his homage. Gorozaimon said, "I have a secret matter to be discussed privately. Please order the room to be cleared of all attendant monks." When this had been done, he advanced on Kion and continued, "I have heard that our Lord is going to be awarded a certificate for his clear understanding of the doctrines of Buddhism. As you also come from Heathen, I take it that you are familiar with most of the customs and traditions of both the the Ryozos and Nabashima clans. As distinct from other clans, our clan has lasted for generations, and it has been customary with us for both high and low to cooperate to govern the country with all classes of people in perfect union. It is unprecedented that my lord of our clan should receive such a certificate. If you bestow it now, Lord Tsuneshige will slight the council of clansmen as coming from clods. He will feel proud that he has achieved Satori, because men of rank are apt to be conceited. Assure me positively that you will never give this certificate to the Lord. Unless you consent, I will have to take a resolute step." The monk, who had been listening to him, was fast losing his color. But he answered the request. "How admirable your heart! I shall keep your opinion about your household in mind. You are indeed a loyal subject." Gorozaimon retorted, "That's your old trick. I know it well. I have not come for praise. My point is whether you suspend the certificate or not. I want a definite reply, yes or no." The monk replied, "It is quite reasonable for you to say this. I shall never give the Lord the certificate. Since Kion made the pledge, Gorozaimon returned home. But first, before leaving the monk's residence, he reminded the monk again about the matter of the certificate. I, Tsunetomo, personally heard this from Gorozaimon." So, the point of this whole story, from what I can understand, what I make of it, is that no matter their position, which in this case, the future lord, the son of the current lord, must not be given, a certificate showing he had achieved these levels in Buddhism when he had not. He demanded of Monk Kai. I think his name was Kion. Yeah, Kion. But yeah, it's essentially saying those even of the highest station in life should not be freely given things unless they have earned it. Which is something very bad about our society nowadays. A lot of people seem of high money and station in life seem to be given things that they haven't necessarily earned. Donald Trump. But anyway, that is book 7. I was looking at book 8 there. Well, we're almost through. As always, I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. But until then, later.